Being a member of royalty may seem like a dream come true. Worldwide fame, dazzling wealth, and the possession of magnificent castles and jewels are just some of the advantages associated with this life. However, behind this glamour lie strict protocols and rules that govern every aspect of royal life. Some of these rules are sensible and easy to follow, while others may seem absurd. Below, we will explore some of the most curious and strict rules that the royal family must adhere to. Marriage rules. One of the most prominent aspects of royal life is undoubtedly marriage. However, royal weddings are surrounded by a set of very specific rules. For example, the Royal Marriages Act of 1772 requires that all members of the royal family obtain the permission of the reigning monarch before marrying. This means that long before a proposal occurs, the Queen must approve the plans. Additionally, the future bride must undergo intense training on how to behave as a member of royalty, covering everything from how to greet people to personal security training. Regarding the wedding dress, the Queen must not only approve it, but is also one of the few people who can see it before the wedding. In fact, it is said that Her Majesty had to hide the dress before work began on it. The rules regarding the dress are strict. Short hems, low necklines, and bare shoulders are not allowed. There are also rules about tiaras. It is traditional for only married women to wear them, and the day of their wedding is the first time they can showcase one. Therefore, the choice of tiara is a crucial moment for the bride. Mourning protocol. Another surprising rule is that members of the royal family must wear black suits when traveling. Although it may seem grim, this rule is established as part of the royal mourning protocol. The death of a royal family member is a solemn event, and respect for the deceased is paramount. This rule was instituted after Queen Elizabeth II learned of her father's death in 1952 while visiting Kenya. At that time, she did not have a black dress in her luggage, which led to the creation of this rule to ensure that all royal members are always prepared for any eventuality. Language and behavior. In addition to dress codes, the royal family must also follow a strict protocol in their manner of speaking. There are words and expressions that are prohibited in their vocabulary. For example, instead of saying sorry, they must use excuse me. Similarly, the word perfume is replaced with scent. These rules may seem trivial, but they are part of a broader effort to maintain the dignity and tradition of royalty. Daily life. The daily life of a royal family member is not as glamorous as it may seem. They are often subject to a rigorous schedule of commitments and public events. This means they have little time to enjoy normal activities. Additionally, they must be aware of their behavior at all times, as any mistake can be subject to public scrutiny. The pressure to be a role model is constant, and this can be a heavy burden. The choice of names. Another interesting aspect of royal life is the choice of names for children. Although the Queen does not need to give her consent for the name of a new family member, she is informed before the announcement is made. This demonstrates how, even in personal decisions, the royal family must consider traditions and expectations. But first, let us know in the comments what you would like us to analyze in the next video on the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Your support is very important to us. Now, let's continue. The royal dining norms. A banquet of protocol. Imagine you find yourself at an elegant formal dinner, surrounded by dignitaries and influential people, and at the table sits none other than Her Majesty, the Queen. In the midst of conversation and laughter, one of the guests leans toward you, and as they open their mouth to speak, a strong and penetrating smell of garlic fills the air. Undoubtedly, that situation could ruin the magical moment and the refined atmosphere of the event. Queen Elizabeth II, aware of how delicate the art of gastronomy can be in formal situations, established a very strict protocol regarding what royal family members can and cannot eat, both at the palace and at official events. Food prohibitions. One of the most notable rules is the prohibition of seafood. This food is considered high risk due to the possibility of food poisoning, which could lead to an embarrassing and undignified situation for a royal family member. For this reason, when the royal family attends dinners or events abroad, they must refrain from consuming seafood, thus ensuring that their health and well-being are not compromised. Foie gras is also on the list of prohibited foods. This delicate delicacy is one of the most controversial, mainly due to concerns about animal cruelty during its production. In addition to the ethical implications, foie gras can pose health risks, as its preparation may be associated with the presence of bacteria. The image of royalty is of utmost importance, and they cannot be seen as ill in public. On the other hand, royal family members must avoid excessively spicy or exotic foods. This rule aims to prevent uncomfortable situations where a local dish may not be to their liking or, worse yet, cause them stomach discomfort. Imagine visiting a foreign country and being served a typical dish with pride, only for a royal family member to reject it or suffer undesirable consequences. The Queen's relationship with her pets. Speaking of rules, there is another fascinating curiosity related to the Queen's animals, particularly her beloved dogs. One of the most peculiar rules is that royal staff cannot reprimand the Queen's dogs. This special treatment towards her pets has been maintained since Elizabeth II received her first corgi as a birthday gift from her parents when she turned 18. Since then, these adorable canines have been treated as members of the royal family, enjoying a privileged status in the palace. The Queen's corgis have a lifestyle that many would envy. They have 2 dedicated attendants, known as Doggy 1 and Doggy 2, who take care of their well-being. The sheets in their baskets are changed daily, and they are served fresh gourmet food prepared by a specific chef for them in the kitchen of Buckingham Palace. These dogs even have the freedom to roam the palace at their leisure, underscoring the devotion the Queen feels towards her beloved 4-legged companions. It is no secret that Elizabeth II was passionate about dogs. Throughout her life, she had several corgis, and at the time of her passing, she had 3. 2 corgis and a dorgi, which is a mix between a corgi and a dachshund. In fact, the Queen is credited with creating this new breed due to her love for animals and her desire to care for and pamper them. A banquet of traditions. The food restrictions and rules related to pets are just a part of the vast set of protocols that royal family members must follow. Life in the palace is filled with traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation. Every meal is meticulously planned and approved to ensure that the dignity and decorum expected of the royal family are maintained. Queen Elizabeth II, who was not particularly fond of complicated meals, ensured that meals in the palace were simple and elegant. This approach reflects her desire to maintain a welcoming and accessible environment, even within the strict norms of royalty. Life in royalty may seem like a fairy tale filled with glamour and privileges, but it is also marked by a set of strict rules and protocols that govern every aspect, from dining to treatment of animals. The prohibitions on certain foods aim to preserve the health and image of royal family members, while the affection shown towards their pets highlights the humanity of those in these high positions. Although royalty can enjoy luxuries that many can only dream of, it is undeniable that they must also navigate a complicated sea of expectations and rules that define their day-to-day lives. And so we reach the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the content as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss anything coming up. See you later.